Okay, some of you with your tiny house, you're creating unusual shaped tiny houses, and they have walls that are not normal, not boxes, not straight walls. I've kind of drawn one here that, from memory, kind of looks like Stanley Ellison's, but I'm not quite sure. He's asked a question about how you can angle a slab. So if you've got a box shape and you want to make this slab angled. There is a simple way of doing it, which I will show you now, and then I'm going to show you a different way of doing things altogether. So all you need to do is right click on that slab, right click here, and go convert selection to morph. Once it's morphed, you go OK. You can then select it and go Control E, and you can rotate that any angle. It's just a matter of finding the right angle to do it on. So that one, I think. Let's give that a go. Yeah, there we go. So you can do it like that. Once you've got an angle there and it's now a morph, the only thing with a morph is that it becomes one solid material. So instead of having different materials for the inside and underneath like a slab would have, morph selection settings, it's now just that one material. Okay, so that's just something to think about. Okay, so that kind of hopefully answers Stanley's question. If I go back to the ground floor, there is an easier way of doing what you're doing, Stanley, and other people who may have unusual looking walls, and that is to draw the whole side of your wall in the floor plan and then essentially turn it to a morph and rotate the whole thing up. Sounds tricky, but you get used to it. So I've just drawn all of these shapes here using this polyline tool over here. You can just create your shapes like that. You can also just draw it using the slab tool. So if you were to draw the slab tool, you need to set the slab to the thickness of your wall. So I'm going to set that to the thickness of a wall, which is around 100 millimeters, unless it's brick. You can settle your materials here. Don't forget though, once it's a morph, it becomes one material. So set that now if you want two different materials from the inside to the outside. Go OK. So yeah, you can just draw your wall how you want it. It is a slab at the moment, but that's okay. You can also change that material if you're wanting to make the beams a different material. Those kind of beam things that Stanley's got going on. I am kind of doing this by memory of what Stanley's look like, so forgive me if it's wrong. So I'll just draw a couple there. So they're slabs. If you had drawn it using the line tool, you just need to select the line, go to slab, select your materials and the thickness and everything that you want that align to then be a slab. Does that make sense? Okay. And then as long as you're on slab tool and you've got your lines selected, you hold your mouse in the middle of the shape, press the space key, and it turns into a magic wand. Okay, press the space key, magic wand, and then just click. And that's now a slab. So there's the two ways of doing it, straight slab, or if you want to kind of get it right, you can use the line tool. So if we go to 3D, hopefully they're over here. Yep, they're here. My fly mode is not working because I am using a Wacom tablet, which is proving to be a bit of a nuisance. So hang on, let's escape out of there. There we go. Yeah, regretting that I didn't get a mouse in time, and now it's too late. Once you have, I'm pressing the wrong thing, zoom. I want to zoom in on this. It's not letting me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, once we have, you can see our slab still sitting on the ground. We need to rotate it up into a wall. So what we do is select that wall or the slab I mean, and right click and go convert to morph, just like we did the first time. Okay, and then same with that one. Select it, right click, convert to morph. Okay, and then we rotate it up vertically. This is where I'm really bad, honestly, at rotating things up. You guys are way better at this. So Control E will bring up its protractor. That was Control E. You've got to get it to go vertical on the right plane. And this is where I get so lost. Oh, yeah, I nailed it. See how it's got angle minus 89? You can get that correct by just typing on your keyboard minus 90 and then enter. And that will now turn that into a wall. And again, if you are wanting to change that surface, you go in here. That's now one surface. And same with that other one, you can rotate that up and put that on top of that one. So hopefully that gives you a couple of different ways of creating your different shapes.